not gonna lie, NBA 2K21 on next gen has had a very not unappreciated, but a very underwhelming launch when it comes to the launch of next gen. It was very hyped up. It came out and there were a lot of issues with the game. Now, I have to give credit where credit is due. I know a lot of guys in the YouTube comments, a lot of you guys who watch this channel think that the only thing I do is bash on 2K. You think that I just make fun of the game. And to be honest with you, with the state that 2K21 next gen was in, I think I had all the right to say the bad things about the game. Because they hyped up next gen, a lot of things didn't work, everything was lagging, rep wasn't working, but 2K has actually listened to the community. They are actually listening to the things that we're saying. They listen to the rep, and apparently they fixed the lagginess in the park. Now, I haven't played myself, so I can't comment on it. You guys can feel free to comment on it and type below if you guys feel that the lag in the park has been fixed, because with the chopping in the park and the lag in the park, it has been absolutely unplayable since the launch of the game. Now, it has been 2 weeks, and a lot of people who were playing during those 2 weeks had a very unenjoyable experience when it comes to NBA 2K21 and next gen. What I'm hearing right now is that they're actually listening to the community and they're doing things that we want them to do. So they fixed the rep, and apparently they fixed the choppiness in the park. Now, after this, there was also another thing that was addressed, and there was a situation that involved Ronnie2K and another content creator by the name of Choc. Now, a lot of you guys know who Choc is because Choc seems to get himself involved in situations a lot with the NBA 2K community. You guys remember the red ball, blue ball event, which wasn't necessarily his fault, but it seems that he has himself in another situation with Ronnie2K that ended up leading to Choc getting blocked on Twitter. So Ronnie2K blocked Choc on Twitter. Now, the reason why he blocked Choc on Twitter is because Choc made a series of videos talking about NBA 2K21, and he ended up getting into an argument with Ronnie2K. Now, Ronnie2K did delete his tweets, and unfortunately, I was streaming, so I wasn't able to get the tweets, but I believe this has something to do with the fact of 2K changing certain things. So, for example, let's say that you make a build at the beginning of the year that has a max interior defense, but for this situation there's no interior defense, because you guys know that interior defense this year really doesn't matter. It does not matter what badges you have. It does not matter what interior defense you have. Regardless of that, you are going to get dunked on 9 out of 10 times. So think about that. You make a build, no interior defense, it doesn't matter at all. 2K drops a patch, and now all of a sudden, interior defense matters. So people who really care about the game are going to go back and they're going to make their build. So they have to remake a new build, spend $100 on their build to get it maxed, to get it badged out, to be able to compete with the current state of the game. And keep in mind, they changed this 2 weeks into the game. So Choc went on Twitter and he expressed themselves and he talked about the fact that that is the issue. Now, the first video I'm going to talk to you about is Choc talking about more in a general thing. And then the second video I'm going to show you is him directly adding Ronnie2K and talking about the issues in particular. You guys can go ahead and check out these videos, and then we will go ahead and talk about it after.
So I'm not going to lie to you. 2K is really starting to frustrate me. So basically, as you guys could see, 2K is starting to move some hot fixes to the game. So they're making certain stats matter. They're making other stats not matter as much. They're buffing things that should have been buffed, which is fine, except for the fact that it costs $100 minimum for you to upgrade a player. So basically what this is doing is this is making us go make a new player, because if you made a player knowing interior defense didn't matter, now you have to go remake it because now interior defense matters. So you just put $100 into a guy for a player that now is useless. And this is going to lead me to my main point of today's topic, and something that is not talked about enough, okay? We've talked about the gameplay issues, and now those have been resolved. We talked about the rep issues, and now that's been resolved. Something that needs to be resolved, and this has been a problem for as many 2Ks as I can think of, is number one, either VC prices need to drop, okay? Because it costs $100 to badge a player out, $100 to get yourself to an 85. VC needs to be easier to get, because when you play one game and get 200 VC, you're never going to be able to upgrade naturally unless you pay $100 for it. And badge progression needs a buff. Let's use Call of Duty, for example. Imagine Call of Duty, right? Obviously, you get your starter guns that you can work with, but everybody starts with the same gun. So imagine Call of Duty saying, you know what? Until you put $100 into this game, and until you put $100 into these guns, they're not going to shoot as fast as other guns, because that's what 2K makes you do. You're on a 60 overall, and you have to pay VC in order for you to be able to play. Like, there's no other game that's making you pay to actually play and be able to win. Like, I hate to say pay to win, but it's really pay to win. And to be honest, you would think unloading $100 extra on top of an $80 game, you would think that unloading $100 extra would allow you to just go and have fun, but no, you have to grind badges out. And badges are not easy to get, man. It takes like a week of actually grinding in order for you to badge a player out. Why do I have to wait a week to play on a player that I just put $100 into? Like, badge progression needs a buff. VC, don't even get me started on VC. Like, I could really go in on VC. It costs $25,000 for a normal t-shirt when you're earning 150 to 200 VC a game. It just doesn't make sense, bro. Somebody make it make sense for me. Ronnie, with all due respect, man, you keep saying stop cheesing the game, stop cheesing the game. Well, number one, it would not make any sense to upgrade something that for years has been useless. Interior defense has been useless. But again, I'm on a 6'3" point guard. I'm not on a 6'8" demigod slashing, shot creating, rim protecting demigod build, all right? I'm on a normal build. That has nothing to do with the VC prices, Ronnie. If the VC prices were okay, if VC was more affordable, if it did not cost $100 to get a player to 99, if it didn't take a week to 2 weeks to upgrade that player, there's nothing for me to complain about. Why are you dodging the VC comment? This is not about you guys buffing interior defense. That's a W. That's a W. But what does that have to do with the VC and everything that I'm saying in the original video?
Now listen, I know a lot of you guys watching this video probably don't necessarily agree with everything Choc says because Choc has said some very questionable things over the year. But when it comes to this situation, I think it's fair to say that Choc is in the majority of the right, especially when it comes to VC. If you're playing NBA 2K at any, I was gonna say NBA 2K20 next gen, but at any 2K in the past, like, I don't even know how long it's been, but for a very long time, if you have played 2K at the beginning of the year, you basically have to buy VC in order to upgrade your guy. Now, you could make the argument that you could grind at your player, earn the VC, but to be honest with you, not a lot of us have that kind of time unless you're an actual, like, My Career player, which a lot of people who play NBA 2K don't play My Career very, very heavily. The only reason why people play My Career is to get badges. Now, I know a lot of you guys in the not a lot of you guys, but some of you guys in the comment section are going to make the argument that, oh, I play My Career to have fun and things like that, but look, there's a lot of us who don't. There's a lot of us who only play My Career to get our overall up and to get our badges so we can go to the park, the neighborhood, the city, really whatever you want to call the ad placement that they try to make every single year. But Choc made the argument that they go into the game and they switch up random things throughout the year, which will cause people to want to change their builds. For example, making interior defense now matter when 2 weeks ago it did not matter. Being in the game, interior defense did not matter. You got dunked on regardless. But now, if you have interior defense, all of a sudden you won't be getting dunked on. In 90% of this game, if you guys go to the city and you play the city, I guarantee you 90% of the time, unless they passed it, you will get dunked on, and it is uncontrollable. You get put into animations you cannot control. It did not matter what badge you had. You could have Hall of Fame rim protector and things like that. It would not matter. You would get dunked on. So Choc is making the argument that they're able to make these changes, but VC prices still cost a crazy amount of money if you want to go ahead and change your build. Because with things like this, it's going to cause sweaty people, especially pro-am players, people who really take the game seriously. They're going to go back and they're going to change your builds. And I agree with them. It is not fair for 2K to do that, and the VC prices are still a crazy amount of money. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Choc ended up getting blocked over this, over expressing his own personal opinion. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like. Do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and peace.